Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be the first part of my March wrap-up. Now this will be one video, it won't be posted in two parts, but I will just be filming like half today and then half probably next week, because I just don't have like the energy or like the strength to film like a wrap-up as big as this one in like one single sitting. So yeah, I'm gonna do half now, which is like 6 books, and then the other half, which is also 6 books, I believe, will be, filmed next week, but it will be in this video, so it won't be in two parts. You'll just see me in like 2 different outfits, and yeah. Sorry again for the lighting, it is very dark today, and I have on like 3 light sources right now on me to like try and make it a bit brighter, and I hope that it worked. I also tried matching the flowers to like my outfit once again, or my outfit to the flowers rather. And yeah, these flowers are dying because I've had them for like over a week now. So it's a miracle that they're still like looking this good, but they are like slightly yellow. Not like the flowers, because the flowers are obviously yellow, but like the leaves are turning very yellow. So yeah, sorry that you can see that. I just, I've had them for a week. I wasn't able to film last week, but they're still alive, so I thought I would add them in the video. So yeah, sorry about the lighting, sorry about the outfit probably looking a bit ugly, because this is the only yellow thing I have in my entire closet. So yeah, let's just get into my March wrap up, and yeah, sorry again for the lighting probably. So the first book is Morbidly Yours. Now this is a book with disability representation, which is basically the only reason why I picked it up, because I'm not usually like interested in these types of like books, like very romance, like heavy, and like a straight relationship. Like I'm not really like into those books usually. So yeah, I only picked this up for disability representation. I gave it 3 stars. It was a bit underwhelming, but I did enjoy reading it, kind of. It was just too like spicy for my taste, and yeah, like I said, I don't typically enjoy that. I knew that going into this book, but I wanted to read it for disability representation, so yeah. Then next we have Six of Crows. This is a reread, obviously, because my entire like channel name is literally based on like a character from this series. I read this not in like this like book. I read it for the first time in this like version, but the reread that I did it in the like bigger like special edition. But my shoulder is hurting too bad today to like hold that one up, so I'm holding this one up instead. So yeah, liked rereading it, liked annotating it, and yeah, I still need to finish Crooked Kingdom, but I'm kind of like putting that off because the ending of that is kind of traumatic. So yeah, I'm kind of putting that off finishing it, but I am very much like reading it. So yeah, let's just move on to the next book. Then next is a book that I got from the library, and it's actually in a language that I don't usually read in. But recently I have been like trying, especially now that I have access to a library, I've been trying to read in like all languages that I know, to kind of like expand like the amount of books that I can read, because some of these books obviously don't get translated. Like this one, I'm not going to pronounce the title because I don't want you guys to hear what I sound like when I speak that language. So yeah. Anyway, I read this book. It was quite decent, I believe. I feel like because I read it in a language that I don't usually read in, like the way that I, viewed the book in the end, like it's kind of different from like books I read in English. I feel like if I read this in English, my whole like idea of the book and my opinion of the book would have probably been different. So yeah, I liked it. I am gonna read more books by this author, and yeah, I'm glad that I'm now able to like read in more languages, I guess, because I'm absolutely like unwilling to buy books in languages like this, because I struggle so much reading them that I'm like, is it really worth it to like buy books, like spend so much money on them? So yeah, I'm gonna see if I ever find like a book in like this language or any of the other languages besides English that I know that I really like, then I will probably buy a copy of it and like reread it and annotate it. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to the library. So yeah. And I forgot to say, but I give this book 3.5 stars. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can read more of this author's books and like see if I like some of them more. So yeah. Then next we have Full Disclosure. This is a book that has been on my physical TBR for quite a while, but I was waiting until I was like in the mood to read it, because it's a book about someone who's HIV positive, and it's kind of like a young adult book. And I feel like we need more books like this for young adults, like also for adults, but I feel like for young adults there's not really a lot of books like this out there. And yeah, I quite liked it. I gave it like 3.5 stars, I think. I felt like it was just a little bit too young for my taste at times, and it made me a bit nervous reading it the whole time. But yeah, I quite liked it. Again, like I said, there should be more books like this out on the market. So yeah, also really sorry if you can hear my cat like licking himself in the background. He's sitting like right beside the camera. So yeah, I apologize for that. So yeah, let's just move on to the next book. Then next we have another book from the library, and that is this one. Once again, not going to pronounce the title, but yeah, this one was very boring. It was a very fast read though, but I'm probably not going to like pick up more books by this author just because like I don't like the way he writes women. Like some men have that where like they write women in such like a sexualized way that like it just ruins the entire vibe of the book. And this book had that. It was very short. It was only like 100 pages, and the entire book was still like ruined by the way he wrote the main woman. So yeah, probably not going to read more books by this author, which is okay because I only picked up this book because I wanted like another book from the library, but I didn't have one like written down. So I just like picked the first like small book I saw because I knew I couldn't like carry home like more books that were like 300 pages. So I picked up this because it was very short, but yeah, like I said, didn't like it. So yeah. Then next we have Nothing Heals Me Like You Do. I really hope I pronounced all of that correctly because it was quite a long title to say. But yeah, I read this as an ebook because I have it on my e-reader. I got it for free. And yeah, it's a sapphic like romance. It is very spicy. And again, I don't typically like books like that. Same goes for this. It was just a little bit too spicy for my taste. And it was almost like at some points like the spice was like the plot. And like that's just not for me. So yeah, I gave it 2 stars, which I feel like is very low for like a sapphic romance book, but I have read like better ones, and I'm sure this author also has like books that I will like because they write quite a lot of like sapphic romance books, or they write only sapphic romance books. I can't remember, but I'm sure I'll like one of them. So yeah, no hate to like the author, and again, I say that because like I feel so bad about giving it 2 stars, but it's because there's so much spice in it that like I can't give it higher than that without like changing my whole opinion and pretending like my opinion is different when it's not. So yeah, it's not like about like the writing being bad or something. It's just too much spice for my taste. So yeah. So that is all that I'm gonna film today for this video. In the next clip that you'll see like right after this, I will talk about the rest of the books. I have some energy left to actually do the rest of the books, I think, but I want to film like another video after this, and I need my energy for that one. So yeah, hope you guys like the rest of the video, I guess. So yeah, so it is now a couple weeks later. I don't actually remember if I filmed the first part of this video before I got sick the first time or after I got sick the first time, but I have been sick again since then, at least once. I don't know if it's twice because again, I don't remember if I filmed it before I got sick or afterwards, but yeah, I got sick again. So my immune system is completely broken, and so if you can hear the fact that I'm like really congested and my voice is hoarse, it's because I'm still sick. So yeah, I also can't hear very well because my ears are very like stuffed because I'm sick. So if I sound like too loud or too quiet, or there's noise happening outside and I talk through it because I can't hear it. So the lighting is also a bit of a mess today because I can't seem to get it right because I'm sick and I can't really think straight. So yeah, let's just get into the rest of this like March TBR. It is already May now because I started filming this very early thinking that I was going to be on time to upload this, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to upload this in June. So yeah, I really need to figure out a different way to like film these videos because I can't film them like all in one sitting because my back and my brain cannot handle that. But yeah, I'm really behind on these videos, and I feel like people get annoyed when I like post like a wrap-up video like 2 months later. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix that, but yeah, let's just get into the last couple books of this March TBR. So first is It Came From the Closet. This is actually a reread. I read this the first time, but like an audiobook, and now I got like a free like ebook for it. So I reread it. It's like horror stories, but with like an LGBT plus like spin on it. So people like explain, like different people like explain a specific movie and like their LGBT plus like take on the movie. Like, yeah, it's very interesting to me. I'm not really like a horror person anymore. I very much used to be a horror person, which I'm pretty sure you can tell that from the way I usually dress. Like, I'm very much like a person where like you look at me and I ask you like what do you think is my favorite genre of movie, and like I feel like 90% of people are gonna say horror. So yeah, I'm not very much like a horror person anymore, mainly because my heart cannot handle it. Like, it can't handle being jump scared. Last time that I was like genuinely jump scared by like a horror movie, I literally like passed out like in the movie theater. I like got jump scared and my brain was like no. So yeah, I can't really watch them anymore because I'm always scared I'm gonna like get scared so badly that I'm gonna like pass out. So yeah, I used to be very much like a horror person, so a lot of these movies like discussed in this book, I have seen them. So yeah, it was very interesting to read. I like it a lot. I would recommend it if you're like into this type of topic. So yeah, let's just move on to the next book. The next book is this book. It's a book that I got from the library, and it's in like a different language than English, which I'm trying to like read books in languages other than English. So this is one of them. It's a book about like dementia and how it like affects the like main narrator of the book. So you can like see how like his memory like changes over time, and like how the writing in the book becomes like a lot more like chaotic looking. So yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I'm pretty sure I already read this book when I was like younger. I'm talking like 14 or 15 years old. So yeah, I wanted to like reread it because I remember this book being a thing and I remember liking it. So I reread it again, and yeah, I'm having fun like reading books from the library. So yeah, it's definitely like changing my reading tastes a bit and not always sticking to like the same types of books I can, find in like a bookstore. So yeah, I'm very glad for that. I'm also very glad I'm like reading in different languages other than English. So yeah. Also, I completely forgot, but I gave It Came From the Closet 3.5 stars, and the other book that I just talked about 3 stars. So yeah, let's move on to the next book now. So the next book is Scarlet Letter. I gave this book 1 star. I'm gonna say that now already before I forget again. But I gave it 1 star. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't like the writing. It just wasn't my style of book, but it's a book that I have owned for a while, and I felt in the mood to read like a classic, so I did, and I didn't like it. So yeah, moving on, I guess. I'm glad I read it though, because now it's off my TBR, but I wish I liked it more. So yeah. So the next book is another book from the library. As you can tell, I've been reading a lot of books from the library, and yeah, I gave this book 3 stars. I'm pretty sure that if I read this book like in English, I would have cried, but because it's like not in English, I didn't feel like as like connected to the story. Like, it was sad, it was like angry at times as well, like the book, like the feeling it gave off, it was like sad and angry, but I just didn't feel it because, again, I feel like I didn't fully connect to everything that was being said because I'm reading it in a language I don't read in usually. So yeah, I feel like that's like the bad thing about reading books in like another language than English, because I'm not as connected to the story, I feel like. But I'm glad I gave it a try. I will read more books by this author because, again, I did like it, and I keep seeing people being like, oh, I cried at this book. So I am inclined to read them because of that, because I feel like if someone cries at a book, like, it's a good book. So yeah, I'm gonna give this author like another try, and hopefully I like maybe their other books more. So yeah. Then next is Raven King. This is the second book, I think, in the like Foxhole Court series. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I can't get into this series. Like, everyone keeps like saying like, oh, it's such a good series, it's one of my favorite series, and I just read it and I'm like, what am I reading? Like, what is this? Like, I feel like with these type of books you can tell what year it was written in, like, you can tell it's like 2014, 2015. For some reason it just gives off that vibe, and I'm just not into that. But I'm still gonna read them, like the entire series. I don't know if I can get the last book like for free, because that's why I'm reading this series, because I got it for free, like as an ebook, like every single book except for the last book, I think, like the newest one that was published like this year, I think. And yeah, I'm just not gonna read that one, I think, because again, I don't want to spend money on this type of series because I just don't like it. Like, I can understand other people liking it, but I'm just not into these type of books. Like, it's just not for me. Like, the amount of like violence in it, I just don't like it. So yeah, I'm gonna continue like reading it, but it's just not for me, and like don't expect like good reviews for these books for me. So yeah. Then lastly we have I Who Have Never Known Men. Now I do own this book physically, but I can't reach it because it's like on my top shelf, like on this bookshelf. It's like on the very top shelf, and I can't reach that because I'm kind of short. So yeah, I do have this book. I read it physically. I quite liked it. It wasn't exactly what I expected from the book, like the storyline. I kind of went into this book like completely blind. I didn't want to know anything about it because I've read so many like good reviews and I've heard people talking about it. And then I started reading it and I was like, that's not the type of topic I was expecting, but like, okay, that's where we're going, I guess. So yeah, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but I did really like the book. I didn't actually write down how many stars I gave it, but I think 4 maybe. Yeah, the chronic pain description like in this book was quite well done, and I really liked like the last like couple sentences of the book. I feel like that was really well done. Like, it's very well written. Like those last couple pages as well, like they were really well done. Yeah, I can't really talk about the ending of this book without like spoiling what it is, but as someone who experiences like chronic pain and experiences it quite badly sometimes, and has like, you know, thoughts of like doing stuff to relieve the pain, like not great thoughts, like bad thoughts about what I can do to relieve the pain. Like, the ending really got me. Like, it was very well done, and I can't help but like read that ending and think to myself, like, does the author like experience that? Because I feel like that's stuff that I would have written as well. Like, I would have written it like that, like from personal experience. So yeah, I'm wondering if the author has like personal experience with like chronic pain and disability and stuff like that. So yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, it wasn't exactly the type of book I was expecting when I like bought it, but yeah, I really liked it. I again gave it 4 stars maybe. I can't fully remember, but yeah, let's just end this video now because that was everything for this March wrap up. So yeah, so I am glad this video is now finally like fully filmed. And yeah, like I said, I'm having like trouble like filming wrap-ups because they take so much like energy from me. Like, my back really hurts from like sitting upright the entire time. I really need to like fix that by putting like a cushion behind me or something, but I can't find one that like fits properly in this chair. So yeah, I really need to fix that. I hope you guys don't mind like me posting these wrap-ups so late. And yeah, I'm also kind of sad that like the camera is kind of like high today. Like, I feel like it's showing a lot of stuff like above my head, and because of that you can't really tell what I'm wearing, because I quite like what I'm wearing today. Like, it's very simple, and I was looking for something simple to wear because, like I said, I'm still sick. So I was looking for something simple, and I recently got this at like a second-hand store for like very cheap. And yeah, I really like it. I quite like how it looks, even though it's not really like my correct size, obviously, because it's like from a second-hand store. So yeah, even though it's not my correct size, I do really like it. And it's a shame kind of that you can't see like the details that are like right here, which again, the camera doesn't fully show that. So yeah, kind of sad about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And sorry about like mentioning that at the end, but like I filmed another video before this, and I also was like, oh, you can't see the shirt I'm wearing. So yeah, I hope you guys like enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm posting these wrap-ups so late. And yeah, I'm sorry you guys had to deal with like my voice and stuff like that in this video, and the lighting probably. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.